Savathun's worm was extracted at the end of Season of the Lost, and since then it's been under the possession of Mara Sov. Today we are going to explain what happened during the time since the ritual took place, what important information the worm has now revealed to us, and how Mara Sov's behavior has changed in recent releases, even plotting to kill our guardian. Let's get right into it. So the story we're going to discuss in this video comes from the Parasite exotic quest. The basic overview is that Mara Sov has Savathun's worm and we need to get information out of it about our collapse. At the end of the campaign, Ikora tells us that we can go speak to Mara Sov to continue this journey, that she needs our help. Now the whole point of Season of the Lost's plot was to get the Techians to complete the ritual, a ritual which would remove Savathun's worm, weakening her and allowing us to kill her. As we witnessed, the ritual worked, the worm was extracted which Mara obtained, and then Savathun escaped using that last-minute spell, leading up to the events of Witch Queen. So that was the first step, getting the worm, and with the Witch Queen campaign complete and Savathun destroyed for now, we might now finally be able to get some answers.
Is that?
The very parasite that once plagued the Witch Queen herself.
Queen Mara, good to see you.
Do not delay us with pleasantries. This parasite knocks at death's door.
What use do we have for Savathun's dying worm?
This parasite is an opportunity to learn from humanity's greatest failure.
Our collapse.
But not ours alone. That day was as much a failure for the wit.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. As I said, our collapse was as much a failure for the Witness and its followers. Savathun included.
Savathun was there?
On behalf of the Witness. But something prevented humanity's end. Something known by Savathun and...
her worm.
It requires strength and a new host to survive, to divulge its secrets.
But that's a death sentence.
For most, yes. But for the Queen of the Awoken, it's worth the risk.
So Mara Sov had Savathun's worm and needed our help getting information out of it. The worm may hold secrets to our collapse, and if learned, perhaps we could prevent the next collapse when the Witness arrives. But first, we had to save this thing from dying. Mara points us in the direction of the birthplace of the Vile Strike, where we invade a worm breeding ground in the Throne World. That's right, when Savathun worshipped the darkness, she would let this pyramid in willingly and the disciple which runs it, and they would use this area to continuously create hive worms for her dark army.
So what is this place exactly?
A factory, you might call it. Built for the growth and facilitation of those like the very parasite you now hold.
If hive worms were grown here, then we're looking for what? Some sort of machine?
It's twofold. A source of immense hive magic, a cryptoglyph, to provide life to the parasite, and a darkness incubator to infuse them.
An entire city of darkness, right in the middle of Savathun's home. And she did nothing to stop it?
Why would she? At the time, it benefited her. Endless worms for an endless army.
I feel like if I don't ask, you'll never tell. But all this Savathun and the Witness, disciples, and now this place.
You wonder how I came across this information.
That and why you didn't tell us sooner.
While you pursued Savathun, the parasite and I traveled far and wide, pursuing related interests. Much of this knowledge is still new, even to me.
It was here in these pyramid tech areas where we would search for an incubator to keep Savathun's worm alive. In the strike, we find Scorn, who are of course building darkness bases and devices to worship it, and also the cryptoglyph. We then adventure through patrol and lost sectors to charge the rune back up and learn more from the worm. The first visit here had the worm call Mara the Deception Queen, which is quite ironic given its host was Savathun herself. So the Hive might see Marasov as their own Witch Queen or version of Savathun. Mara tells the worm that she wants answers on the collapse, and the worm will get a new host. Her, if it cooperates.
Fear swells. Deception Queen.
What did you say?
Nothing. You heard that too?
The parasite. It speaks once again. It worked.
You didn't think it would?
Savathun's deceptions run deep. I fear that somehow the parasite is cursed. However, I have yet to see evidence of it.
Looks like the incubator's out of juice.
And the parasite?
Its vital readings are still low.
Then we have achieved only partial success. There are more incubators hidden across the throne world. I'll attempt to locate them.
Looks like our cryptoglyphs drained too. But we may be able to fix that.
See that you do. Keep the parasite safe. I'll be in contact once I locate our next incubator.
You're welcome.
The second meeting gets kinda spicy. The worm says that it and Mara would be a good pair as Mara is untrustworthy on her own, that she had plots to kill Eris Morn, Crow, and even us. Mara herself confirms this is the truth, that she did have plans to kill us and others if the evil darkness took over.
My strength returning. Done well, Guardian.
You know who we are?
Watch many of you. Where host went, I went. Long for those days.
Pine no more, parasite. We seek information regarding humanity's collapse. Provide it, and you'll have a host again soon.
Ah, Deception Queen. Hello again. You, well?
Do not toy with us. Provide the aid we seek, and we shall do the same for you.
And who hosts this humble worm, then?
The Awoken Queen will provide. Do you agree?
Deliver your promise, gain your desire. Till then, air here, like fundament. Good to breathe again.
Don't get used to it. You'll be back beating off a host soon enough.
A great team, Mara and I. Better than by herself. Untrustworthy, that one. Plotting to kill Eris Morn, Crow, you even.
You're lying.
The parasite speaks truth. Or adjacent to it, anyway. They're not plots, more contingencies, in case evil sways them. Or you.
As usual, Deception Queen provides half-truths. The what, not the why. Pulls wool over eyes once again.
Enough, parasite. Keep your tricks out of the Guardian's head.
You first.
The last meeting with the worm, we learned it was cursed by Savathun. It begins to speak about the collapse, which we want information on, but this curse takes over and it begins draining energy super fast. In this moment, Mara leaves mysteriously, and with her gone, we had to resort to Finch to help us save the worm and learn its truths.
Whole once again. O Deception Queen, come to me, gracious host.
You'll have your host, just as soon as we have our information.
And why spill my juice gossip first?
Because we'll spill your insides if you don't.
Coward's way out. Kill me, lose priceless knowledge. Humanity suffers. Perhaps there's contingency for them too?
Guardian smashed the parasite's skull.
Relax. Have your precious knowledge. Surprising, you'll find Savathun, much like Mara, riddled with doubt. In the face of collapse, Savathun... Help!
Its energy is draining fast.
Cursed by the Witch Queen after everything!
Mara, it needs our help now. What do we do?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Mara, hello? She really just left.
Pain! Pain! Pain!
Okay, who can help us? Who else knows about hive worms? Of course, Finch! Don't fail us now.
The exotic mission was now available, and this was the time to learn the truth. A race to the finish to save the worm, reunite with Mara, and learn the truth of the collapse.
Sweet relief.
Glad you're feeling better.
Only temporary. Deception Queen ran away. No surprise.
A momentary lapse of judgment, nothing more.
Mara, what happened?
A story for later. First, we need to ensure the parasite's stability.
As we meet with Mara, she does provide the worm with a host, a new exotic weapon in our arsenal, the Parasite, tricking the worm to learn the truth much like Savathun did to us many times.
Mara, you don't have to do this. There must be another way.
Just trust me.
Wait, what is this? What have you done?
What I said I'd do. Provide you with a host. Though I guess this is really more a prison of light.
Not what we agreed!
Enough, worm. You'll live. Just like you wanted. The Scorn. They see the worm as an asset to the Witness. They will not relent until they have it.
We defeat Scorn while Mara prepares the ritual so the worm doesn't escape. The worm reveals what happened during the collapse. Hopefully we could believe this if the curse was lifted and this is the truth, but it tells us that Savathun helped save humanity from extinction from the darkness. Not for us, but for the Traveler, and the Witness was sent away among the stars.
Not quite. Our little friend here still owes us information.
Me? Made good? After your deception?
Perhaps you'd prefer my earlier proposition of your insides lining the floor?
Always violent. Fine. Have information. But only this. No more. Ever. Truth you seek. Humanity's collapse. Even the Witness deceived. The Witch Queen did its bidding. Earned its trust. Rode alongside to apocalypse. Watched many burn. But the Witness turned a violent gaze to Traveler. Witch Queen projected lies, clever deceptions wrapped in shadow. Tides turned, Witness sent away, back amongst the stars.
Are you saying Savathun deceived the Witness? Is she the reason humanity survived?
Not the reason. A reason. Not for humanity, but for Traveler. My promise delivered. Will say no more. Ever.
Consider the deal upheld. This is exactly what we sought. For now, I have one final task for you. The weapon. Keep it safe and secret. We can't afford anyone else getting their hands on the information it holds. I must leave. Parasite, it's been...
Spare me.
Gladly.
So the story behind all of this is cool, but Mara acts quite strange throughout the whole thing. First, during that cutscene, then she randomly leaves, you have that contingency plot, and then her encounter with the Witness.
Mara, not to be harsh, but what's going on with you?
Before coming to you, I sought information about the voice in the dark. The witness. What I found? Well, you could say I was granted a personal viewing of our impending doom at the hands of the witness. Its poisons, piercing my mind and thoughts. I didn't know what to do. I had no plan. I was afraid. I remain haunted, unsure of the next move. But it must be made, regardless.
The lore from the Parasite grenade launcher gives us insight into what Mara's doing after this, and some secrets revealed about these strange occurrences that went on. This is from Marasov, and it says, Guardian. Transparency is not a strong suit of mine. Undoubtedly, this comes as no surprise. However, our misadventures, let's call them, with the Parasite have left me with a recurring ambivalence in regard to said transparency. As a result, I feel as though you are deserving of a more appropriate level of access to my thoughts surrounding recent events. In my previously mentioned vision was the witness's one truth, an eternity of darkness in which I serve as a disciple. It brought me an overwhelming feeling I previously relayed to you as fear, but in actuality, it was fear born of what I felt most within this vision: gratitude. Gratitude, as if my place alongside the witness was meant to be a reward for all I have ever done and ever will do. And if the witness is to be believed, all I ever will do is unbecoming, to say the least. It is in moments like these wherein I wonder if I myself should be put to rest to avoid perpetuating these dark truths. But I have never wavered from righteousness, and I don't intend to begin now. With that, you should know that while our revealed truths about Savathun and the collapse appeared minimal, I have already used them to begin tracing a trail of evidence that may provide us with the power of preservation in the oncoming storm. When the time is right, we will have further parts to play together. In the meantime, keep the Parasite near and listen close. It's bound to open its mouth again sooner or later. Marasov, Queen of the Awoken. So Mara gives us an answer that she wants to be more transparent in the future. That perhaps those moments we've seen where she went away and showed fear was where she had the visions of her alongside the darkness, helping it. But she says she's never wavered from righteousness and doesn't intend to do that now, meaning she still wants to be on our side and help us out. She's already began using evidence from the worm to help us in future battles.
About what was said before, my contingency plans. Darkness corrupts. Eris, my brother Aldrin. You. Whether it be in this timeline or another, we cannot risk it. Sparing you all that dark fate is my burden.
Uh-huh.
It's an absolute last resort. They all are.
Okay then.
I'm not lying to you.
But you're not telling us the whole truth either.
I have my methods. You have yours. I only ask that you trust me.
We'd ask the same of you.
In due time.
Anyway, Guardians, I hope you enjoyed today's video, a story recap of what happened during the Parasite exotic mission and what's going on with Marasov and Savathun's worm. If you'd like to see some more videos just like this one, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching. My name's Evade, and I'll catch you Guardians in the next one.